Hi, this is Rich. Let's talk about getting out of body. Why would a person want to get out of body? The biggest reason for me, personally, prison planet Earth. Yeah. Or if you're into the Gnostic teachings, it's material universe trap. Yeah. Who wants to reincarnate? Raise your hand. Not me. But in order to understand better the phenomena of between lives and afterlife, being able to get out of body really, really helps. One of the best ways it helps is that it gives you a sense and a feel and the experience of the realms and reality systems, belief system territories, afterlife dimensional planes that you can go to once your body is completely done. It's expired, over. If we don't know or we don't have good ideas and targets, so to speak, on where we're going or what we're going to do after this life, we are likely to get caught up in default programming. We hear stories, whether we really believe them or not, they just float around, ideologies, philosophies, religions, afterlife stuff. Heaven, purgatory, hell, astral planes, lower astral, causal plane, mental plane, all these different realms, third dimension, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 12th dimensional plane. These are ideas that materialize and become manifest for you when you believe in them. So if you believe in the angels and the archangels and Jacob's ladder and all this phenomena of the angelic realms, they exist for you. And many others that believe in that phenomena. And you might go to one of these angelic realms that are built like that. They're constructs, they're belief system territories, they're manifestations in consciousness, they're the imagination making manifest that which you think and believe becomes real. So anyway, one of the reasons I wanted to learn how to get out of body, well, the first reason was I just wanted to get out of here. And I knew there were other planes of existence, alternate realities, parallel universes. They're like here, but better, but different. And those places really do exist. And they're wonderful. So, you've got reasons why you want to get out of body. That's why you're watching this. So, let's talk about technique. There's one technique, mind awake, body asleep, also known as velo, voluntary, energetic, longitudinal oscillation. The vibrations. Okay. So vibrations occur on the phase shift. Okay. The phase shift is when your astral body or your second body goes out of phase with your physical body. Now this will happen when your physical body goes to sleep and you stay awake. So you are awake for the phase shift, and now that you're awake, your body's awake, your body's asleep, and now you'll feel the vibrations. You'll trigger the fear, just face the fear, and it goes away after a little while. And now you're in that sleep paralysis state. And now the next step is separation techniques, and there's various separation techniques. So roll out, imagine floating up, sinking through your bed, elevator, imagine you're in an elevator, or you're pulling on a rope or climbing up a ladder, barrel roll out, back and forth, back and forth. But you got to be in that phase shift modality. And this is the mind awake, body asleep state. Michael Raduga teaches it. He's got a book, free PDF, The Phase. You can get it online. Robert Monroe has his techniques, and he has his focus 10 stuff, focus 12, focus 21, and the binaural beats in the hemispherical synchronization, and the you get that going with your resonant tuning stuff and your resonant energy balloon. That's your torus field, your toroidal energetic field. So Robert Monroe has all that stuff going. So this is all the mind awake, body asleep way of getting out. The other way out is through the lucid dream. So you can practice being awake in your dreams, practice remembering your dreams, and the trick, yet again, is to be awake while your body's asleep. So that's the simplicity of it. But how do we do that? For some people it's easy, for other people not so easy. So for some people, dedication, willpower, practice, discipline. Now, you need to keep a dream journal, and as soon as you wake up, you write down your dreams. This isn't so you can remember your dreams. This is because you need to practice remembering your out-of-body experiences. You need to understand that you can have out-of-body experiences and wake up in the morning and not remember them. Yeah. So you want to be able to remember your experiences. And the difference between a lucid dream and an out-of-body experience is it has to do with being more awake and a belief trigger that, oh, I'm not dreaming. How do you know you're not dreaming? You believe you're not dreaming. You believe this is real. Any out-of-body experience that a person has, the person believes they're having an out-of-body experience. If they don't believe they're having an out-of-body experience, they're not going to tell you they had an out-of-body experience. Right? So there's a belief always in play. Isn't that weird? And this world right here that we're in right now, it's the real world because you believe it is. Because I believe it is. If I believe that this is just another dream, you could go ahead and believe it's real. I could believe it's a dream. For me, it's a dream. For you, it's real. It's just beliefs. It comes down to that. And beliefs are actual considerations. They're imaginings. And it's our imagination that makes it so. What we imagine, in other words, think about and feel about, we bring about. And so all this stuff plays into your out-of-body experience. So you practice a dream journal so you can practice remembering the experiences you had when your body was asleep. Right? They're just dreams at first because you're not awake in them enough to know you're dreaming, so you don't call it a lucid dream. And in a lucid dream, you're wide awake in your dream world. You believe and know that it's just a dreamscape. It's your imagination. Somehow you don't know necessarily why you're dreaming this dream, but you know you're dreaming, right? How do you know that's not a belief system territory or a higher plane or another density or realm? It's your beliefs. It's what you believe. And you have layered and stacked beliefs about, oh, it was just a dream. Or, no, man, it was an out-of-body experience, man. It's like, and you can go on and on and on with dialogue to support your belief. So, when it gets right down to it, the difference between dreaming and lucid dreaming is how awake you are when the body's asleep. All right. So when you're more awake, it becomes a lucid dream. And now, if you wake up even more and more while you're lucid dreaming, there's this weird phenomenon that happens. It's like, oh my God, I'm really here. I mean, like, I'm really awake. I know I am here. If I'm here, I don't care if this is an imaginary, I don't know what you call that out there that I'm looking at, but I'm here now. And that means, by definition, I'm not there. And here is not in the physical world, in the material body. So somewhere else is material world, material body. Thus, logic kicks in. Oh, hey, I'm having an out-body experience. Wow. So your beliefs play a big part. So how do you stay awake when your body's asleep? That's the rub. There's a lot of things you can do to help wake yourself up. And one of the best ways, or reliable ways, is the wake up, go back to bed techniques. Okay. Michael Raduga teaches that. It's laid out really well in his book, The Phase. And this technique, you plan on where you want to go. You use your willpower and discipline that every time you wake up, the first thing you do is roll out of body. As if you're rolling out of your body. You just assume that every time you wake up, you're out of body. The theory is that one of these times it just might happen. The body might be asleep. You're awake, but you don't really notice that you're awake and your body's asleep. You're just awake. And so if you practice intending to roll out of your body, I mean, just roll out of bed. Just roll over, land on your feet. Now you're up. Okay. The theory is that sometimes you can catch this and your body's actually asleep. You just don't know it. But you're disciplined to roll out of body and stand up. And you go, whoa, I'm up. And you go, whoa, what? You see your body in bed or something. So this is all in the book, The Phase, free book. Okay. But then Michael Raduga will also have you practice waking up later in the night. There are timed sleep cycles. Details are in the book. And you want to time it and cause yourself to wake up. And then as soon as you wake up, you do these drills. You do exercises. And what you're really doing, the idea is that you're waking up, but the physical body isn't fully awake. Okay. Or you barely kind of wake up, and then you do this thing where you shake your hands or wiggle your feet, or you move your hands, or you do these different kinds of physical exercises or movements. And again, the idea is that you will catch your body asleep while you're awake doing this. And when you're moving your hands around, you will be moving your astral body or your second body or your energy body, but not your physical body. If it's mind awake, body asleep, or you awake, body asleep, you're moving your hands and you've just snapped your hands, your astral hands, out of the body. All right. So the idea is that you do a series of quick exercises. Wiggle your hands, your feet, your legs, your arms. Do these different little things. And if it works, you end up moving your astral body out of your physical. And you realize it. You go, oh, I've detached. I'm separated. Oh. And now you're awake and your body's asleep. See? So it all plays together. Now, in the lucid dream, different technique. And this is getting out of body through a lucid dream. So this strategy has to do with practicing remembering your dreams and then practicing programming yourself during the day. Like you're walking around the room and in your house and you go, Am I dreaming? Is this real? How can I tell this is real? So you want to imprint an action and dialogue that you say during the day so that it will carry over into your dream state. So in your dream state, you're asking, is this real? Am I awake? Am I dreaming? Is this a dream? Is this real? You touch the walls. So that has to do with various techniques that you program yourself with during the waking state, so that in your dream you will carry out the same action, and it will be the trigger to help you wake up in your dream, and now you know you're dreaming. So you're clear dreaming, or you're aware that you're dreaming, thus lucid dream. And now in your lucid dream, how do you get from lucid dream to out of body or consciousness shift into another realm or plane of existence? The difference between a plane of existence, where you go when you're out of body, like astral planes and different densities and realms and belief system territories. The difference between your dream, your lucid dream, and your realm is once again your belief systems. But if you want to get more technical, you could say that when you imagine a realm in a dream, your dreamscape, it's only you dreaming the dream. And in a lucid dream, it's only you dreaming the dreamscape. You might have palm trees and an ocean there and some mountains and blue sky and fluffy clouds, but it's only you. So you could say that you are lucid dreaming, or you could say, I'm out of body, but I'm only in my own realm, my own dreamscape sort of imaginary realm. Okay. But there are many realms where other beings are already dreaming those dreams, and you are tuning into their dreamscape, otherwise known as a belief system territory. So you are tuning into a belief system territory. Other people will call these realms, dimensions, planes. Okay, so you can tune into the lower astral, and other beings are already dreaming that dream, experiencing that belief system territory, or experiencing that plane or density or realm. Okay, and now you've somehow tuned into it for whatever reason, and now you are co-creating that belief system territory, that realm, that dimension, that astral plane, whatever you call it. Bada boom. And now it's more real because of your belief systems are telling you that you're not just imagining this. This is real because it's here whether I'm here or not. You've got all these belief systems in play. But there you are. You're running around this plane of existence, or this belief system territory, and you're talking to people and you're doing things, and you're very aware that you're aware and awake, and that you have a body in the physical world. Yeah? So these are some of the things that come into play. And there are dietary things you can do, lifestyle things you can do to facilitate this. There's supplements you can take for the pituitary gland, DMT production, which is a natural hormone of the brain and the body. There's all kinds of things that come into play that you can either enhance or get rid of and get out of your space. Like if you're around too much electromagnetic field radiation, this can be a deterrent or interfere with your ability to get out. So you want to look into all the little details, all the do's and the don'ts. There's dietary considerations. There's the timing on when you go to bed, timing on when you eat, and when you fast. When you wake up in the middle of the night, we have sleep cycles all through the night, and you can align with those. Then there's your brain waves. There's beta waves, alpha waves, theta waves, delta waves. That's your deep sleep. and theta is your meditative stuff. So you want to kind of be in that deep theta, deep alpha, or just into theta. That's a good place to start seeing the hypnagogic imagery. By the way, you can start using hypnagogic imagery, that imagery you see just before you're falling asleep. Those images are actually portals into other realms. You see an image of doesn't matter what you see. Let's just say you see some cows in a pasture. And just, well, if you can hold on to that image for a little while, and there's drills that you can do, hold on to it, withdraw from it, push it away real fast. If it's going to go away anyway, do on purpose what your unconscious mind is already doing. It's causing your hypnagogic imagery to go away real fast, disappear. Make it disappear fast before your subconscious mind does. So now you're taking over control of the phenomena, and this gives you more control not only to make it go away, but to hold on to it. So now, if you can lock onto a hypnagogic image, it's a nice vivid image, you can start reaching and withdrawing and stepping into it and reaching in and touching the things. See if you can feel it. Can you hear anything in it? So there's a guided technique you can do. People can run on you. But the idea is that you can step into your hypnagogic image, and now you're in this imaginary imagery stuff. What is that? Well, it can literally become a singularly created dreamscape. In other words, imaginary vision, or it can become a lucid dreamscape, or it can become a belief system territory, because some of those realms that you can see in your hypnagogic imagery, other beings are creating those, and you're just happening to tune in. You're actually channel surfing the multiverse if you see in the hypnagogic imagery come and go. And sometimes you'll just see geometric patterns and stuff. These are realms, dimensions, planes as well, but they don't have form like we would normally experience. Trees and mountains and oceans and stuff. It's geometric forms, or it's musical, or it's colors swirling around. So all this stuff comes into play. But if you want to get out of body, what you're really working toward is being awake when the physical body is asleep. And whether you literally float out of your body, or you just consciousness shift, you are both ways. You are no longer focused on the material world, and you're not co-creating it as a co-created dreamscape, matrix, unconsciously created reality we call the physical material world. When you phase shift, you're awake and the body's asleep, and you can look around and see your bedroom. You're going to see either a real-time double. It's going to look exactly like your bedroom, but it's not going to be the material world. Or it's going to be an astral version of your bedroom, which looks a lot like your normal bedroom, but it'll look different. It's the astral, and there's more than one astral version or variation of it. And then there's belief system territories that are copies and they're lookalikes of your bedroom. So we don't really know where we're at exactly, except we can see it, and it's not the material world. And so what we've really done is we stopped creating the material world unconsciously and consciously, and we're not focusing on it. And our attention is now on another frequency, another channel, another version of that reality, or the bedroom. So if you're in some, look kind of like your bedroom, or kind of like your house, but not quite, you've tuned into a variation of the theme. And what you're creating now, unconsciously, is this version of the environment, not the material world. So you could say you're out of your body, but you're also out of the material world, and you've shifted. But you don't have to float away from the physical body to be out of body. You just need to stop rendering the physical material world that you call physical reality, and you begin consciously or unconsciously rendering, imagining, dreaming, or visualizing a non-physical variation of the reality that's physical, or a completely different landscape or seascape. You see? Okay. So I just wanted to share these thoughts with you, because some of you have the ability to imagine very, very well. You can visualize the imagery. And if you understand it, you can use that to draw yourself into a non-physical environment. And while you're in it, make it even more real. In other words, draw more focus, attention, consciousness into your non-physical, but very touchy-feely. You can see trees and flowers, and you can smell the roses, literally. You can hear sounds and music in the air, or somebody's playing a guitar. You can hear it and feel it. Some people can taste it because they have really good imagination or visualization ability. This is the key. This is the God power of creation. And you're just calling it your vivid imagination. But this is a baby step in being fully awake and aware and able and capable of traveling the multiverse and being absolutely free of any material world trap, prison planet Earth ideas. Those are just ideas and beliefs that people have. And the between lives areas, soul traps, that's just belief stuff. And you can let that go. It's just, that's there. I'm not, that's not me. That's not mine. I'm not doing that. I'm able to experience these wonderful, unlimited reality systems. You can call them higher planes or just variations, alternate timelines, parallel universes, belief system territories, unlimited, beautiful realms that you and I can not just go to, but visit, experience, explore, and then move on. And we can either move on like that, or we can let it move on, and it just fades away as we tune into another realm or belief system territory or dreamscape. So it's really all about us tuning in and creating on this level of experience. Okay? All right. Just wanted to share that with you. And if you got to the end of the video, I'd love to hear about it, because I'm just rambling here about this phenomena. And the idea is to help you be free to do whatever you choose when you leave this realm. Okay. And the other thing is, like, if I talk about it, I'm focusing on it. And if I'm thinking about it, talking about it, focusing on it, it helps me with my next life, where I'm going from here. I've got it in mind. I've been talking about it. I'm thinking about it. I'm imagining it. I'm bringing about it. All of that. Okay? All right. I'll talk to you later. Okay? Leave a comment. I want to hear what you think about all this. Okay. Bye-bye.